Before your next Korean practice, watch this. The way you're preparing is the exact reason you keep freezing in real conversations. It took me 10 years of teaching to figure this out. You'll get it in 10 minutes. I taught Korean at a university, and since then, I've corrected hundreds of students one by one. And this exact moment, the prepared sentence lands, the follow-up question comes, and new phrase is probably the most common wall I see. So here's the plan for today. First, why prepared sentences stop working? Second, what drilling a sentence is secretly building. And by the way, this is the part that changed how I teach. And third, how to prepare so that off-script questions stop ending the conversation. Think about what a memorized answer really is. You built it at home and you practiced it, and in the conversation, you get to use it. And it works. The sentence comes out and the other person understands you. But a real conversation never stays in one place. Everything you say pulls a follow-up question toward it. You say you work in marketing and they ask how work is going. You say you went to Busan and they ask what did you do there? Whatever you say, there is always one more question coming after it. And here's the mistake students keep running into. When they struggle with the follow-up, the natural conclusion is that I didn't prepare enough. So they go home and learn more grammar, more vocabulary, the same way as before. So you keep learning more, but the freezing never goes away because only a small part of the conversation is something you prepared. The rest happens outside. Most students stop at the point where they understand the sentence. Like, okay, I get it now. It feels finished. You wanted to say it correctly, and you did. But understanding a sentence and say it without thinking are two completely different things. Almost nobody goes to that last level. It feels pointless. You can already say the sentence, so why keep repeating it? But something changes when you stop at 3 to 5 repetitions and go to 30 or 50 instead. And that change is exactly what lets you answer follow-up questions. Let me show you how. That's the part that completely changed how I teach Korean. When you drill one sentence until it's automatic, yes, you can say that sentence easily. That's the obvious benefit. But that's not what matters most. What matters is that you get confident with the individual pieces inside the sentence. I call those pieces chunks. Let me show you a real example I use with my students. Take 2 example sentence you're already prepared. A is 얼마나 걸려요? Like how long does it take? B is 공항까지 가주세요. Please take me to the airport. You can learn those with translation app and you can say them until they come out without thinking. For most people, that's 10 to 20 repetitions a day for about a week. Now, weeks later, you are in a taxi. You're late for your flight and you want to ask the driver, how long does it take to get to the airport? And something interesting happens. You don't build that sentence from English. The chunks are already there. 공항까지, to the airport. 얼마나 걸려요? How long does it take? They snap together and you say 공항까지 얼마나 걸려요? Without translating, without building the grammar, without picking the right verb and ending. Now, of course, saying it for the first time might be a little bumpy, but the individual chunks come out clean and clear. And by building similar sentences with similar structures, you also develop an intuition for how endings and word order work in situations like that. This is what I mean when I say prepared sentences and unprepared sentences are connected. A prepared sentence is one you choose and drilled. Unprepared sentence is one you've never said before, one you build live in the moment from chunks you already have. And unprepared sentences are the real goal because those are the ones you need in situations you have never faced before, right? So your practice has to do 2 things. It has to make sentences automatic so you can use them the moment you need them. And it has to give you chunks that you can build your sentences from. If chunks are the real product, the first question is which sentences to prepare. And here's the thing. You don't have to learn the whole Korean language. You just have to get good at your situations. If your life is a Korean office, then you prepare the sentences you need for your boss and your colleagues, not directions to the post office from a textbook, right? And there are two reasons for this. First, you will actually meet those sentences in real life. And every time you use one, it sticks better, right? And second, the follow-up questions you get will be about your life anyway. Then you take each sentence through 4 steps, and the finished version is what I call the perfect sentence. Listen carefully because this is the exact process I use with my mentorship students. First, understand it. Take 퇴근하고 회식 갑시다. Like let's go for a team dinner after work. Break it down until you know what every part means and what the grammar is doing. Most students actually already do this because they believe this is learning Korean. It makes you understand the sentence, but it is nowhere close to a perfect sentence. Second, know when to use it. A sentence you would say to a friend is not a sentence you would say to your boss, right? Knowing the situation is part of knowing the sentence, so you don't create awkward moments later. Third, know you're saying it correctly. You can have perfect grammar and perfect vocabulary, but if the pronunciation or intonation is off, the listener still doesn't understand you. You have probably seen this, like someone who studied only from books whose grammar is perfect and Koreans still don't understand them. This step needs another person. A fluent speaker listens to you and tells you, make this a little softer or lift your voice at the end, like small feedback again and again. And after that, you say the sentence with a different kind of confidence because now you know it's right. Fourth, make it automatic. This is the step almost nobody does. Why? Because it's boring and it feels pointless. You can already say the sentence, but you say it today, and by tomorrow, half of it is gone. And in 2 more days, it's completely gone. That's why the repetition is daily, out loud, every day, until the sentence comes out fast without thinking. Think of 괜찮아요 expression. You can say that without translating because you've said it 1,000 times. So start with 10 this week and take all 10 through the 4 steps. 10 automatic sentences give you more than 1,000 you only kind of know. Then keep going. Next week, 10 more. Every sentence you make automatic gives you new chunks, and those you keep. But as you already know, the hard part is actually doing it every day. So if you want help with that, book a call below. We'll figure out your real life situations and which sentences you actually need daily repetition and feedback. And we'll see if it's a fit. This is only for you if you have studied Korean for years or if you understand more than you can speak, and if there is a real situation you need to be ready for in the next few months. I'll see you inside.